Why did the rich kid I was tutoring pretend that he couldn't pass his class? I was assigned to tutor Victor Moriano because he was failing math and I needed volunteer hours for my college applications, but I knew exactly who he was. Everyone did. He'd hooked up with 3 different girls just last month, including my lab partner who still looked at him like a kicked puppy after he ghosted her. Victor Moriano didn't do relationships. He did conquests. The first day, he walked into the library 15 minutes late carrying a Starbucks that cost more than my lunch money. And gosh, I hated that my stomach flipped when he looked at me. "So, you're my beautiful savior?" he said, sliding way too close. It was the same smile I'd seen him use it on the cheerleader by his locker yesterday. "I'm your tutor, and you're late. I like a girl who's mean to me," he grinned. I'd literally heard him say the exact same line to Maddie last week, but when he leaned in to look at my textbook, smelling like expensive cologne and trouble, my pulse still jumped. I scooted my chair away. "Then you're going to love me, because I'm not here to be nice." For 2 weeks, Victor did what Victor always did, turned on the charm like a faucet. "You're cute when you're explaining derivatives," he'd say. That same look he gave every girl he wanted. "You're still failing," I'd snap back, forcing myself to stop having a crush on him. But here's the thing, when he actually focused on the work, he understood everything immediately, suspiciously fast for someone supposedly bad at math. Sometimes I'd catch him watching me with this look I couldn't read, different from his usual player smile. Then he'd crack some flirty joke and I'd remember, this is what Victor Moriano does. He makes you feel special until you're not. He started showing up at my locker every morning to borrow pens he never returned. "You know other people sell pens, right?" I said. "Yeah, but they don't do that thing with their nose when they're annoyed." I touched my nose self-consciously. He grinned. "Yeah, that." I slammed my locker. Week 3, he was telling me about how he only got a BMW for his birthday instead of the Tesla he wanted. I got the ick so hard that I bit my tongue until it bled. But then he stopped mid-sentence, really looked at me and said, "That sounds so douchey, doesn't it?" "Sorry, I'm sorry." He kept insisting on buying me food after that. "Come on, my treat." When he wouldn't drop it, I snapped. "You can't just throw money at every problem." He looked confused. I didn't mean, but I was already leaving. And on week 3, I realized I was completely right about him. I was returning library books when I heard his friends talking about me. "How's your charity case tutor going?" Simba laughed. "Rose literally slumming it for grades." Another guy said, $20 says you can't get the scholarship girl to fall for you by winter formal. Should be easy for you though, right? You got that cheerleader in like 2 days." Then Victor's voice, casual as anything. "Man, the things I do for my GPA." The disappointment hit me like a truck. Of course I was just another bet, another game, another girl thinking she was different. After that, I kept things ice cold professional. No more walks, no more sandwiches. "You're being weird," Victor said. "What happened?" He actually looked confused, like he was such a good actor he believed his own performance. "I'm your tutor, nothing more." But he kept trying, brought my favorite candy, waited by my car even when I parked farther away. "Please, just tell me what I did wrong," he said one Thursday. And I wanted to scream, "You made me think I was different," but I couldn't. Still, when Victor got a 94 on his test, his highest grade ever, he showed me like a happy golden retriever with a tennis ball. "We make a good team, right? You don't need tutoring anymore," I said. His face completely fell. "Wait, what? No, I still need help. You just got a 94, but the next unit is hard." "Victor," I looked him straight in the eye. "You don't need me anymore." Something in his face shifted. He smiled. It wasn't his layer smile, not his charm, something raw. "What if I just want you here?" I forced my heart to feel cold and responded with, "That's not what this is." On Thursday of week 6, I found him at our table in the classroom no one else ever went to, doing problems I'd never told him to do. "Why are you still here?" I asked. Before he could answer, his basketball friends showed up. Simba grinned. "Yo, is that bet still on? Though honestly, bro, you're putting in way more work than she was worth," not even caring that I could hear them. I braced myself for Victor to play along, to save face with his boys. This was who he was. "What bet?" Victor asked, standing up slowly. Simba laughed. "The one where you—" "The bet I never took?" Victor interrupted. "When I told you you're all assholes for talking about her like that bet?" His voice was ice. Simba looked confused. "But you said you'd do anything for your GPA?" "Because I was leaving to go study with someone who makes me want to be better than this." He looked at his friends with disgust. "Someone who isn't afraid to call me out on my BS." My heart stopped completely. "You never took the bet?" Victor turned to me and his face was completely open. No player smile, no charm, just Victor. I couldn't defend you that day because if I started speaking, I'd have said things I've never admitted, like how you're the first person who makes me want to be different. When he reached for my hand, I let him take it. His friends were still staring, gasping. "Close your mouths," I told them. "You'll catch flies."